Success is not about what you learn in class. It is about the habits you build outside of school. Most schools never teach the daily actions that create real wealth. The truth is, being rich is less about luck and more about mindset and routine. Millionaires think and act differently, and those habits are what set them apart. These habits shape how they handle money, time, and opportunities every single day. Today we will discuss the millionaire habits they never teach you in school. These are the hidden keys to financial freedom and lasting success. If you're ready to change how you see money and take control of your future, then let's dive in. Number 1. Wake up early and prioritize high-value tasks. Most people wake up every day already behind. They open their eyes and the first thing they feel is stress. Not motivation, not energy. Stress. They're rushing to beat traffic. They're checking messages. They're anxious about bills. Their day starts in chaos and it ends the same way. And the truth is, this isn't how high achievers operate. This isn't how people who build wealth live their mornings. Most people are reacting, but wealthy people, they plan. They take control. They understand something simple but powerful. The way you start your day shapes everything that follows. Waking up early isn't just about the clock. It's about discipline. It's about building a routine that gives you a head start when the world is still quiet, when nobody's calling, when the notifications haven't started buzzing. In those early hours, you get clarity. You think better. You work smarter. This is the time when real progress is made, not when you're half awake, reacting to everything around you, but when you're up before the noise, choosing what matters most. Now let me be clear. Waking up early without direction is just waking up tired. That's not the habit we're talking about. This isn't about joining a 5 a.m. club just to brag about it. It's about waking up with purpose, with intention. Because every single day, life gives you 24 hours. And the wealthiest people, the most fulfilled people, they make the most of the first few. You wake up early not because it sounds good, but because it gives you power over your day. Most people surrender their time to distractions. You take yours back. Now, once you're up early, what do you do with that time? That's the second part of this habit. Focus on high-value tasks. Most people spend their day being busy instead of being productive. They do 20 small things and avoid the 2 important ones. You know why? Because important tasks are usually uncomfortable. They require effort. They require courage. But those are the exact tasks that move you forward. Answering emails might make you feel productive. But creating a product, making a sales call, finishing a proposal, that's what builds your future. You've got to stop filling your time with things that don't grow your life. You've got to become the kind of person who knows what matters most and puts it first. Before scrolling, before texting, before errands. Your brain is strongest in the morning. Use that power on what counts. That might be learning a new skill. It might be writing your ideas down. It might be planning the next steps for your business or reaching out to someone who could help your career. Don't waste your best mental hours on things that don't matter. Look around at successful people and you'll see a pattern. They don't wake up when they feel like it. They don't leave their day to chance. They wake up on purpose and they attack the things that move them forward. Not just once in a while, every day. Consistently. Discipline isn't something they turn on and off. It's who they are. And it starts the second their feet hit the floor in the morning. Some people think this sounds harsh. They say, "But I'm not a morning person." You don't have to be born one. You become one. You train your body. You train your mind. You build a routine. And over time, you stop needing motivation because habit takes over. The hardest part is the beginning, getting out of bed when it's still dark. Starting that first high-value task when you'd rather take it easy. But you push through it because you know what's on the other side. And once you feel the power of owning your mornings, you'll never go back. There's a sense of confidence that comes from getting ahead before most people have started. You feel stronger. You feel in control. And that momentum carries into the rest of your day. You handle setbacks better. You stay focused longer. You stop drifting and you start building. Building habits. Building progress. Building a life you can be proud of. All of that begins in those first few hours when no one's watching and you decide to lead instead of follow. And here's something else to think about. Waking up early and doing meaningful work isn't just about success. It's about peace. It's about knowing you didn't waste another day. It's about building a routine that supports the life you want, not the life you're stuck in. Most people don't realize how many days they let slip by without progress. They're stuck in survival mode. But you can break out of that. You can take one of the simplest, most powerful steps toward financial freedom. Take back your mornings. When you start your day with clarity and action, everything feels different. You walk into meetings more prepared. You face challenges more confidently. You end your day with the satisfaction that you did what mattered. That's how momentum is built. And the more momentum you build, the more your life changes. Slowly at first, but then all at once. This is one of those habits that separates the average from the exceptional, because anyone can do it. But only a few choose to. Only a few choose discomfort over convenience. Only a few choose purpose over pleasure. But those few, those are the ones you read about. Those are the ones that people point to and say, they figured it out. And the truth is, it didn't start with a huge opportunity or a lucky break. It started with a decision to stop wasting time and start using it. Now ask yourself, how many mornings have you wasted? How many opportunities slipped by because you didn't take control of your time? How many times did you put off something important until later and never got around to it? That's not judgment, that's reality. And the beautiful part is, you don't need to stay stuck in that cycle. You can decide today, right now, that the next morning is going to be different. And then the next one. And the next. One step at a time until discipline becomes habit and habit becomes identity. Success isn't magic. It's method. And one of the most powerful methods ever used by self-made millionaires is this. Wake up early and do the most important thing first. Not the easiest. Not the quickest. The most valuable. And do it before the rest of the world has even had their coffee. That's how you take control of your life. That's how you build momentum. That's how you win not once in a while, but every single day. Number 2, invest a portion of income consistently and wisely. Many people face a harsh truth every month. No matter how much they make, they never seem to get ahead. Paychecks come in, bills get paid, and somehow the money disappears before there's any left to save. It's a cycle that keeps repeating year after year with little change in their financial situation. The reality is that earning money is just one part of the equation. What really creates wealth is what you do with that money once it's in your hands. This is where most people fall short. They don't invest a portion of their income consistently and wisely. And because of that, they miss out on the power of their money working for them. Investing isn't about being rich already or having piles of cash sitting around. It's about making a habit of setting aside money regularly, no matter how small the amount. You don't have to be an expert or take wild risks. You only need the commitment to put something away every single month and the patience to let it grow over time. The people who get wealthy do this quietly and consistently. They understand that small amounts invested wisely today can turn into large sums tomorrow. And they know it's not about luck. It's about discipline and smart decisions. Too many people think investing is complicated or only for the wealthy. That's a myth. Anyone can start with simple steps. Putting a part of your income into a retirement account, a mutual fund, or even learning about stocks or real estate. These are all ways to make your money grow. The key is to be consistent. Treat investing like paying a bill. Make it automatic so it happens without you having to think about it every time. When it's automatic, you won't be tempted to spend what should be growing. This consistent action is what separates those who build wealth from those who don't. Wisely investing means knowing where your money is going and understanding the risks. It's not gambling. It's careful planning. Many millionaires spend time educating themselves on different investment options, understanding the basics before committing their money. This knowledge helps them make informed decisions rather than impulsive ones. If you don't understand something, it's okay to ask for help or take time to learn. What's dangerous is ignoring investing altogether or putting money into something without knowing what you're getting into. When you invest regularly, your money starts working harder than you do. It earns interest, dividends, or grows in value. That growth compounds, meaning you earn returns on your returns. Over time, this can create a powerful snowball effect. Even if you start small, over the years your investments can grow exponentially. But this doesn't happen overnight. It takes patience. It takes sticking with the plan even when the market dips or when you feel like giving up. This kind of perseverance is what builds lasting wealth. Another truth most people don't see is that investing protects you against inflation. Money sitting in a regular savings account loses value over time because prices go up. What cost 100 last year might cost 110 today. If your money isn't growing, you're actually losing purchasing power. Investing is a way to fight that loss and keep your money's value intact. This is a practical, everyday reason why investing matters. It's about preserving your ability to live well in the future. It's easy to feel overwhelmed or scared by the idea of investing. The markets go up and down. Headlines talk about crashes and recessions. But wealth building isn't about reacting to every headline or panic selling when things get tough. It's about steady, informed action. Millionaires know that ups and downs are part of the process. They stay calm, keep investing, and trust the long-term plan. This mindset makes all the difference. Investing isn't just about your money either. It's about what that money can do for your life. Investing builds options. It gives you freedom. It opens doors to opportunities you wouldn't have if all your money stayed in a checking account. It allows you to retire comfortably, to help your family, or to start new ventures without fear. When you invest wisely, you're not just building wealth, you're building security and peace of mind. The hardest part for most people is starting. Waiting for more money or the right time means losing valuable time. Time is the most powerful tool you have when it comes to investing. The earlier you start, the longer your money has to grow. Delaying investing is like giving up free money. Compounding interest is generous, but it works best the longer you give it to work. Even small regular contributions made over decades can lead to big results. Understanding this changes everything. Investing isn't just a one-time action, it's a lifelong habit. And habits are the foundation of how people live their lives. When investing becomes part of your monthly routine, it becomes natural. You won't dread it. You'll see it as an investment in your future self, in your dreams, and in your freedom. This shift in mindset transforms how you handle money completely. Wise investing also means protecting your money from bad decisions. This includes avoiding scams, high-fee funds, or get-rich-quick schemes. Millionaires tend to be cautious and well-informed. They look for steady, reliable growth instead of chasing flashy promises. It's about balancing risk with safety and understanding your limits. This approach prevents losses that could derail your progress and helps keep your financial journey steady. Money invested is like planting seeds for your future. You don't dig them up after a week to check if they've grown. You water them regularly, care for them, and trust the process. That patience pays off. But if you don't invest at all, you never give yourself that chance. Wealth never comes from hope or wishing. It comes from deliberate, consistent action. There's no shortcut to financial freedom. It's built one decision at a time. When you commit to investing a portion of your income regularly, you're choosing growth over stagnation. You're choosing the future over the immediate moment. This is a decision that requires courage because it means delaying some pleasures now to enjoy greater rewards later. It means believing in yourself enough to think long-term. Most people avoid this because investing asks for trust and patience, qualities that are hard when money feels tight. But remember, every wealthy person has had to make that choice. No one gets rich overnight, but they do get rich by starting early, staying consistent, and learning along the way. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be willing to begin and to keep going. If there's one habit that truly separates the wealthy from everyone else, it's this: making money work for them by investing a portion of their income consistently and wisely. Not when it's convenient, not when they feel like it. Every month, rain or shine. That commitment builds a foundation that no job, no paycheck, and no windfall can shake. This habit builds confidence too. Each month you invest, you prove to yourself that you can control your financial future, that you're not a victim of circumstance. You're in the driver's seat, and over time, that confidence spills into other areas of life: business, relationships, personal growth, because you've learned to manage something as important as your money. Investing isn't a luxury reserved for the wealthy. It's a discipline anyone can adopt. The sooner it becomes part of your life, the sooner you start building a future that no one can take away from you. This isn't about luck. It's about strategy, patience, and action. And those who make this habit part of their everyday life are the ones who break free from living paycheck to paycheck. They're the ones who create lasting wealth. Number 3, read daily to expand knowledge and opportunities. It's a tough truth that most people spend their days stuck in the same mindset they had years ago. They don't grow. They don't expand their thinking. And the harsh reality is, if you're not growing, you're slowly falling behind. The world moves fast. Opportunities, ideas, and skills change all the time. But many never take the time to feed their minds. They get comfortable with what they know, and that comfort becomes a trap. Reading daily isn't just something nice to do. It's a critical habit that separates the average from the exceptional, the stuck from the successful. People often say they don't have time to read, but the real question is, do they have time to stay stuck? Every day you spend without learning something new, you miss out on chances to improve your life. Reading opens your eyes to new possibilities. It introduces you to different ways of thinking. It sharpens your mind and prepares you for challenges you haven't even faced yet. The people who build wealth understand this. They know that knowledge is one of the most valuable assets you can have, and it's available to anyone willing to take it. Reading daily doesn't mean you have to consume books that are thick or complicated. It can be simple. Articles, short biographies, industry news, anything that stretches your understanding. The important part is making it a consistent habit. This daily input feeds your brain and grows your ability to solve problems, make decisions, and spot opportunities. When you read regularly, you're training your brain to think bigger, to see beyond what's right in front of you. That's how you position yourself for success. Think about this. Every new idea you get from reading is a tool you add to your toolbox. Some ideas will inspire you, others will challenge your beliefs, and some will give you practical steps to improve your life. When you combine these tools with action, you start to build momentum that moves you forward. Wealthy people don't just read to pass time. They read to gain advantage. They read to find strategies they can apply. They read to expand what's possible. It's easy to ignore reading when the day feels busy or tiring. But the most successful people don't let fatigue or distractions win. They protect their reading time because they know it's an investment in their future. This habit develops focus and discipline, two qualities essential for any kind of success. The more you feed your mind, the stronger it becomes. The clearer your vision gets, and the better you perform in all areas of life. Reading also connects you to people you may never meet but can learn from deeply. When you read the stories of others, how they succeeded, what mistakes they made, you save yourself from making those same errors. You get a shortcut to wisdom that took others years to gain. This kind of knowledge is priceless because it helps you avoid costly mistakes. It shows you what's possible when you push past limitations. One of the biggest barriers people face with reading is the habit of distraction. Phones, social media, TV, they all fight for your attention. But those distractions don't create wealth. They drain time and focus. Building a daily reading habit means setting boundaries. It means choosing what feeds your mind rather than what wastes it. It's about protecting your growth time like it's as important as your job or family. Because it is. Reading isn't just about absorbing information. It's about transformation. When you read thoughtfully, you challenge yourself. You ask questions. You test new ideas. This mental engagement changes how you think and act. It builds creativity and sharpens your judgment. Those qualities are essential when you're working to build a better financial future or grow your career. This habit also builds confidence. When you know more, you speak with more authority. You make decisions faster and with less doubt. You attract opportunities because people recognize your knowledge and insight. Wealth isn't just about money, it's about influence and respect. Reading helps you build those qualities naturally. Consistency matters more than volume. It's better to read a few pages every day than to try and cram in 100 pages once a month. Small daily steps build lasting habits. Over time, these small efforts accumulate into a huge advantage. The cumulative effect of daily reading is what makes the difference between staying average and becoming extraordinary. Reading can also spark your creativity and inspire new ideas. You never know when a phrase or concept will trigger a breakthrough in your own life. Many successful people credit reading with giving them the tools and confidence to start businesses, invest wisely, or shift careers. It opens doors in ways you might never expect if you keep your mind closed. Choosing what to read is important too. Books and articles focused on personal development, finance, leadership, or your specific field of work create the greatest impact. They give you practical knowledge you can apply right away. Diversifying what you read also broadens your thinking. Reading outside your usual interests challenges you and helps you see connections others miss. It's normal to feel overwhelmed by all the information out there. But the key is not to consume everything, but to consume what matters most. Pick books or materials that align with your goals and values. Read with purpose. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this that helps me move forward? This mindset turns reading from a passive activity into an active tool for growth. One more point is how reading daily builds resilience. When you expose yourself to new ideas, you become more adaptable. You're better prepared for changes in the market, economy, or your career. You're less likely to panic when things don't go as planned because you've developed mental flexibility. This makes you stronger in the face of setbacks, and setbacks happen to everyone. Most people underestimate how much power they have simply by opening a book or an article. They wait for a teacher, a mentor, or a special class to come along. But the truth is, your best mentor can be the pages you turn every day. Every word you read builds your wisdom and fuels your ability to create opportunities that others miss. Reading daily is like adding fuel to your engine so you can drive further, faster, and smarter. The world doesn't owe you success, but it rewards those who are prepared. Reading is one of the simplest ways to get ready. It gives you a competitive edge. It keeps your mind sharp. It grows your confidence. And it creates opportunities by opening your mind to new possibilities. Every day you choose not to read, you miss out on these benefits. But every day you commit to learning, you build a foundation for success that lasts. There's no secret formula here. The people who achieve financial freedom aren't magic. They just read daily. They learn from others. They keep growing. And because of that, they see opportunities, take risks, and make smarter decisions. This habit alone can change the course of your life if you commit to it long term. If this feels overwhelming, start small. Pick one book or article. Read 10 minutes a day. Then 15. Build your momentum. The results won't show overnight, but they will show, and they will last. Your future self will thank you for the knowledge you build today. Number 4. Network with successful people and learn from them. Many people go through life thinking that success is a solo journey. They believe they can figure everything out on their own, that hard work alone is enough. But the reality is harsh and often disappointing. Without the right connections, without the right people around you, progress can be slow and opportunities scarce. Most people find themselves stuck because they surround themselves with the same limited group of people who have the same limited mindset. They end up trapped in a cycle that keeps them average. The truth is, who you spend time with shapes your future more than anything else. Building relationships with successful people isn't about being fake or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about recognizing that success leaves clues. Those who have achieved what you want have learned things the hard way, made better decisions, and found paths that others don't see. When you connect with them, you gain access to their knowledge, their habits, and sometimes even their opportunities. You start seeing the world differently because your circle expands. This is a powerful shift, and it's one most people never make because it takes effort and courage. Networking isn't just about collecting business cards or adding contacts on social media. It's about meaningful interaction and genuine curiosity. When you meet someone who's been where you want to go, listen carefully. Ask questions that matter. Show interest in their story. People respond to sincerity, and when they see you're serious about learning, they're more likely to share their insights. This kind of connection goes beyond small talk. It builds trust and respect, which can open doors you didn't even know existed. The hardest part of networking is often breaking out of your comfort zone. It's easy to stay in your familiar group with people who think like you and live like you. But success demands more than comfort. It demands growth. Growth comes from exposure to new ideas, new standards, and new ways of thinking. Surrounding yourself with successful people challenges you to raise your own standards. You begin to hold yourself accountable to higher goals because you see what's possible. You don't need to be born into a wealthy family or have powerful connections handed to you. Successful people come from all walks of life, and many are willing to help those who are willing to learn. Look for networking opportunities in your community, industry events, seminars, or even online groups focused on your interests. The important thing is to be proactive. Waiting for success to find you is a losing game. Instead, seek it out by connecting with those who can guide and inspire you. When you spend time with people who are driven and successful, you start adopting their habits, their mindset, and their work ethic. This is not imitation for the sake of copying, but learning to think and act in ways that create results. Their stories of failure, perseverance, and success become lessons you carry with you. You learn to navigate challenges better because you've heard how others handled them. This reduces the fear of failure and makes risk-taking less intimidating. Networking also provides accountability. When you share your goals with people who care about success, you create a support system. They encourage you when you're down, challenge you when you're complacent, and celebrate your wins. This kind of support is critical because the path to wealth and achievement isn't smooth. There are setbacks, moments of doubt, and times when giving up feels easier. Having a network that keeps you focused can be the difference between quitting and pushing through. One of the biggest benefits of networking with successful people is the opportunity to collaborate. When you connect with others who are also working hard, you can create partnerships that multiply your efforts. Joint projects, referrals, shared knowledge, these things accelerate growth far beyond what you could do alone. Collaboration opens new doors, introduces new ideas, and helps you build resources that lead to financial security. It's important to approach networking with a mindset of giving, not just taking. Successful relationships are built on mutual benefit. Think about how you can add value to the people you want to learn from. This might be by sharing your own skills, offering help on a project, or simply being a reliable and trustworthy person. When you give first, you create goodwill, and people naturally want to help you in return. Another reality is that networking requires patience. Relationships don't develop overnight. They grow over time through consistent effort and genuine interest. Don't expect immediate results or quick fixes. Instead, focus on building real connections. Over months and years, these connections can turn into opportunities that change your financial future and your life. Successful people often have mentors, individuals who guide them with experience and wisdom. Finding a mentor through networking can be one of the fastest ways to learn and grow. A mentor sees your potential, points out your blind spots, and provides honest feedback. This kind of relationship accelerates your progress because you're not learning everything the hard way. Instead, you're standing on the shoulders of those who have already climbed the mountain. It's also essential to keep your network diverse. Surround yourself not only with people who are financially successful, but also with those who challenge your thinking, who come from different backgrounds, and who inspire you to grow in all areas of life. A diverse network enriches your perspective and keeps your mind open to new possibilities. It prevents stagnation and keeps you hungry for more. Building a strong network means showing up consistently. Attend events, follow up with people you meet, and stay in touch. Use technology wisely to maintain these relationships through calls, messages, or social media. People remember those who make an effort to stay connected. This consistency builds trust and respect over time. Many people miss out on this habit because they underestimate the power of relationships. They focus only on their own skills or work. But success isn't just about what you know, it's also about who you know. People who have made it know that connections open doors faster and create opportunities that hard work alone can't. You don't need to be the smartest or the hardest worker if you have the right network to support you. In the end, networking with successful people is not a one-time task. It's a lifestyle. It requires intention, effort, and authenticity. When it becomes part of how you live and work, your world changes. You start thinking bigger, acting bolder, and moving faster toward your goals. The people you surround yourself with set the tone for your ambitions and your achievements. When you learn from those who have succeeded before you, you save time and avoid costly mistakes. You gain insights that guide your decisions and give you confidence to move forward. This habit, practiced consistently, becomes a powerful force that transforms your financial life and your future. If progress feels slow, look at your circle. If you want to grow, expand your network. If you want to move forward, connect with those who can show you the way. This is a habit that's often overlooked, but absolutely critical. It's a habit that can take you from where you are now to where you want to be, faster than you ever thought possible. Number 5, track every expense and create a strict budget. Most people live with money slipping through their fingers without even knowing where it goes. At the end of the month, they wonder why the bills are piling up or why there's nothing left to save. This is one of the harshest realities many face, living paycheck to paycheck without control. The feeling of helplessness when money runs out is more common than most admit, and it's often because no one taught them how to truly manage what they have. Tracking every expense and having a strict budget isn't just about restricting yourself, it's about taking control of your life. It's about understanding that every dollar has a job, and if you don't assign it one, it will disappear in ways you never wanted. When you don't track your spending, it's easy to lose sight of the small, everyday costs that add up. Coffee runs, subscriptions, impulse purchases, they seem harmless one at a time, but together they build a silent leak in your finances. Over weeks and months, these leaks drain your resources and keep you from building wealth. Without a clear picture of where your money goes, you can't fix the problem. This is why tracking is the foundation of financial success. Creating a strict budget is the next step after tracking. A budget is simply a plan for your money. It tells every dollar where to go before it even arrives. This might sound limiting, but it actually creates freedom. When your money is planned, you avoid surprises. You avoid debt. You avoid stress. It's a mental shift from reacting to money to controlling it. A strict budget doesn't mean you don't enjoy life. It means you make conscious choices about how you want to spend, save, and invest. The process starts by writing down every expense, no matter how small. It's easy to ignore the little things, but those small costs add up faster than most realize. Once you have a full list, categorize these expenses. Which ones are essential? Which ones are wants? Which ones are wasteful? This clarity gives you power. You see where your money is helping you and where it's hurting you. That's a powerful tool many never use. With this knowledge, setting limits becomes practical. You decide how much to allocate for necessities like housing, food, and transportation. Then you set a limit on discretionary spending. This part of the budget helps you enjoy life while keeping control. The budget also includes saving and investing portions. These aren't optional. They're non-negotiable parts of your plan. Wealth builds because of these deliberate moves, not by accident. Sticking to a strict budget requires discipline and honesty. It's easy to make excuses or forget to record expenses, but financial control demands consistency. Checking in daily or weekly keeps you on track. It creates awareness and stops you from overspending before it happens. The more consistent you are, the easier it becomes. Budgeting becomes a habit, and that habit builds security. Many avoid strict budgets because they see them as punishment. They imagine a life without fun or spontaneity. But the opposite is true. When your money is managed well, you reduce anxiety. You build a safety net. You open doors for opportunities that a scattered financial life never allows. A strict budget creates peace of mind and opens the path to freedom. It's also important to revisit your budget regularly. Life changes, income fluctuates, expenses shift, goals evolve. Your budget must evolve too. Monthly reviews help you adjust and improve. They keep you connected to your financial reality. This prevents surprises and keeps you aligned with your goals. Tracking and budgeting also teach patience. When you control your money, you understand the value of waiting and saving for what matters. This habit guards against impulsive spending, which often leads to regret. Instead of giving in to momentary desires, you build something lasting. This discipline sets you apart from those who live paycheck to paycheck. Technology can help, but don't rely solely on apps. The real power comes from the effort you put in. Writing things down or reviewing statements forces you to engage with your finances actively. This engagement builds awareness and commitment. Budgeting reveals priorities. It forces you to decide what matters most. It can show you where you're spending on things that don't add value or happiness. This insight leads to smarter choices. You learn to say no to distractions and yes to what grows your life. Some expenses can't be avoided, but many can be reduced or eliminated. A strict budget uncovers those areas. Cutting unnecessary costs might feel uncomfortable at first, but it creates room to breathe financially. That space lets you invest, save, or spend on things that truly matter. Another benefit of tracking and budgeting is the ability to handle emergencies without panic. When you know where your money is going and have a plan, you can build an emergency fund. This fund protects you from unexpected expenses without derailing your progress. Without this, emergencies become crises that set you back months or years. This habit also builds confidence. Financial control gives a sense of power over your life. You're no longer a victim of circumstance. Instead, you become the architect of your future. That confidence spills over into other areas: career, relationships, health, because control in one area boosts overall self-discipline. The reality is, most schools don't teach this. They don't show how to track expenses or build budgets. They leave people unprepared for the financial world. But successful millionaires do this every day. They know the value of every dollar and make it work for them. This is one of the simplest yet most powerful habits to develop. Anyone can start today. The tools are simple paper and pen or a basic spreadsheet. The challenge is consistency and honesty with yourself. The payoff is financial clarity, freedom, and the ability to build lasting wealth. This habit turns confusion into clarity, fear into control, and chaos into order. When this habit becomes part of your life, your money no longer controls you. Instead, it serves you. It supports your dreams and your goals. This is the real secret most people never learn, but millionaires practice every single day. Without tracking and budgeting, wealth remains out of reach. With it, wealth becomes a matter of time and persistence. Number 6. Practice delayed gratification and avoid impulsive spending. Most people live in a world full of instant gratification. We have grown accustomed to getting what we want immediately: the latest gadgets, fast food, quick entertainment, or impulse buys online. This constant rush for instant pleasure creates a trap that's hard to escape. The truth is, this habit of immediate satisfaction keeps many from building real wealth. It drains resources and breaks the connection between effort and reward. The challenge is that most people don't realize how much damage this does until the consequences are unavoidable credit card debt, lack of savings, and financial stress. The reality is clear: wealth is not built on quick fixes, but on patience, discipline, and control over desires. Delayed gratification is about learning to wait and prioritize the future over the present. It means choosing to forgo something small today to gain something much bigger tomorrow. This isn't a theory reserved for scholars. It's the daily practice that separates those who struggle financially from those who succeed. It's not easy because emotions and impulses are powerful. When an urge strikes, it feels urgent and important. But giving in to that feeling without thought often leads to regret. Understanding this is the first step toward breaking the cycle. When someone practices delayed gratification, they build mental strength. They train their brain to pause and think before spending money. Instead of buying something on impulse, they ask, "Do I really need this? Will this purchase bring long-term value? Can I save this money for something bigger?" This moment of reflection is where wealth begins. It's where control replaces chaos and intention replaces recklessness. Avoiding impulsive spending means setting up systems that support good decisions. This can include creating a budget, tracking expenses, or even setting rules for purchases. For example, waiting 24 or 48 hours before buying anything non-essential can stop many impulse purchases. This simple delay gives time for the emotional high to fade and for reason to take over. It's a powerful strategy that millions never consider. The sensation of instant gratification is often tied to emotions. Buying something on impulse can feel like a reward or a way to escape stress. Recognizing this emotional trigger is important. When you feel the urge to spend impulsively, pause and ask what's really going on. Is it boredom, anxiety, loneliness? Understanding these feelings helps to break the pattern and find healthier ways to cope. Delayed gratification also strengthens financial habits that grow wealth over time. When you resist impulsive spending, you free up money to invest, save, or pay down debt. These deliberate actions create momentum. Over months and years, this momentum turns into security and freedom. The small sacrifices made daily add up to large gains. It's the compound effect working quietly in your favor. This practice doesn't mean you never enjoy life or treat yourself. It means you decide when and how to do it in ways that don't harm your financial goals. Treats become intentional and meaningful instead of random and wasteful. You learn to appreciate value rather than just pleasure. This change in mindset creates deeper satisfaction and less buyer's remorse. Impulsive spending can also destroy confidence. Every time you give in without thinking, you lose control. This loss builds frustration and regret, which can lead to more poor choices. Breaking this cycle restores control and builds self-respect. It feels good to say no to temptation and yes to your future. Most schools never teach this skill, but it's one of the most important lessons in life. Delayed gratification builds character, patience, and focus. These qualities spill into other areas: work, relationships, health. When you learn to wait and plan financially, you become better at managing all challenges. This habit also protects you from marketing and advertising traps. Businesses spend billions convincing you to buy now. Understanding delayed gratification makes you immune to these pressures. You start making decisions based on your goals, not someone else's agenda. This clarity is a form of freedom many never experience. Families and cultures sometimes reinforce impulsive spending through celebrations or social pressure. Breaking free requires awareness and courage. It means setting boundaries and sticking to them, even if it means disappointing others. This is where long-term thinking becomes more valuable than short-term approval. Delayed gratification requires practice. At first, it may feel uncomfortable or like missing out. But over time, patience becomes a habit. You begin to see money as a tool for building something meaningful instead of just a way to get immediate pleasure. This shift changes everything. One way to develop this habit is to focus on your goals daily. Reminding yourself why you're saving or investing makes it easier to resist temptations. When you see a bigger purpose, the small sacrifices feel worth it. Your future becomes more important than fleeting pleasures. Another practical step is automating savings or investments. This removes the temptation to spend what you intended to save. When money moves directly into savings or investment accounts, you don't get the chance to spend it impulsively. This simple step builds wealth steadily without struggle. This habit also improves relationships with money. Instead of money controlling you, you control money. This control reduces stress and anxiety. It creates confidence and peace of mind. You no longer worry about unexpected expenses or financial emergencies because you're prepared. Delayed gratification helps develop a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. When you wait and plan, you start to believe there will be enough. This belief reduces fear and impulsiveness. You stop making decisions based on scarcity thinking, which often leads to poor choices. Practicing delayed gratification also teaches you to value experiences over things. People who chase instant gratification often accumulate things that lose value or don't bring lasting happiness. Those who delay gratification invest in experiences, education, or opportunities that grow their life. This mindset leads to more meaningful and fulfilling success. Ultimately, this habit is about mastering yourself. It's about saying yes to your future self instead of just your current feelings. This kind of discipline is rare but incredibly powerful. It shapes your entire financial life and the person you become. Millions never learn this because it requires self-control and sacrifice. But those who do gain something priceless, freedom. Freedom from debt, freedom from stress, and freedom to pursue their dreams. This freedom is the foundation of every millionaire's journey. Every day presents choices. Some are small, like skipping a coffee or a new gadget. Others are bigger, like delaying a vacation or saving for a home. Each choice builds your future. The practice of delayed gratification turns these choices into stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks. If this skill feels difficult, remember it's a muscle that grows stronger with use. Start small and be consistent. Over time, your financial situation improves and your confidence grows. This habit changes the game and brings you closer to the life you want. When delayed gratification becomes a natural part of your life, money stops being a source of stress and starts being a tool for freedom. It shifts your entire relationship with wealth and success. This is the kind of habit that makes millionaire dreams a reality, even when no one taught it in school. Number 7. Set clear financial goals and review them monthly. Most people drift through life without a clear direction for their money. They react to expenses as they come, hope for the best, and wonder why their bank account never grows. Without clear financial goals, money becomes something that controls you, not the other way around. This lack of direction is one of the biggest obstacles to wealth. Goals are not just wishes or dreams. They are specific targets that guide your actions and decisions every day. When financial goals are missing, it's like trying to navigate a ship without a compass. You move, but not with purpose or confidence. The reality many face is a life of uncertainty, where income slips through fingers, bills pile up, and savings stay stagnant. This isn't because people don't want better, but because they haven't taken the time to map out exactly where they want to go. The problem is compounded when no regular check-ins occur to measure progress. Setting clear financial goals gives you a vision. It makes the invisible visible. Suddenly, money isn't just for spending, it has a role in your bigger plan. Goals need to be specific and measurable. Saying, "I want to save money," isn't enough. How much do you want to save? By when? What exactly will that money do for you? The clarity of your goal builds a mental picture that motivates and directs. It triggers focus and discipline because you know what you're working toward. When you have a target, distractions lose their power. Every decision becomes a choice that either moves you closer or pulls you away. This awareness is a powerful force. A critical part of setting these goals is making them realistic but challenging. If goals are too easy, they don't inspire action. If they're impossible, they lead to frustration and giving up. Striking a balance requires honesty about your income, expenses, and habits. It also requires courage to imagine a better life and commit to making it happen. Without this commitment, goals remain abstract ideas with no real impact. Reviewing financial goals monthly is where many people fail. It's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day rush and forget what matters most. Monthly reviews force a pause, a time to reflect, adjust, and recommit. This regular check-in creates accountability. It shows where progress is strong and where changes are needed. Without it, goals drift away and old habits take over again. It's like planting a garden and never watering it. The seeds won't grow without care. During each review, look at your numbers. What did you earn? What did you spend? Did your savings grow? Were any unexpected expenses handled? This process creates awareness. You begin to see patterns where money leaks out and where you can improve. You also get to celebrate wins, no matter how small. Celebrating progress fuels motivation and builds confidence to keep going. Adjusting goals when necessary is part of the process. Life changes, income fluctuates, emergencies happen, priorities shift. Flexibility doesn't mean giving up, it means adapting wisely. If a goal is too far out of reach, modify it without losing sight of the bigger vision. This adaptability keeps you engaged and prevents discouragement. Clear financial goals also help with decision-making beyond just money. They shape your mindset. You start thinking like a wealth builder. Instead of asking, "Can I afford this now?" you ask, "Will this purchase help me reach my goal or hold me back?" This shift reduces impulsive spending and increases intentional actions. It trains your brain to focus on long-term success instead of short-term pleasure. Writing down goals is crucial. The physical act of putting pen to paper makes goals real. It solidifies your commitment and creates a reference to come back to each month. This practice creates a powerful psychological effect. Writing is a promise to yourself. It keeps your goals at the forefront, not buried in a fog of distractions. Sharing your goals with someone you trust can increase accountability even more. When someone else knows what you're working toward, it creates external pressure to stay on track. It also provides support and encouragement during tough times. This social aspect is often overlooked but can make a huge difference. Without financial goals, many people fall into the trap of living paycheck to paycheck. They react to emergencies, cover basic needs, and rarely plan for the future. This reactive life causes stress, anxiety, and missed opportunities. Setting goals breaks this cycle. It brings control and confidence. It turns money into a tool for creating the life you want, not just surviving day to day. Each financial goal should have a deadline. A goal without a timeline becomes a wish. Deadlines create urgency and prompt action. They prevent procrastination and laziness. With clear deadlines, your financial journey gains momentum. Every month, you move closer to your dreams because you're working against a clock. This process is not a one-time event. Setting goals and reviewing them must become a habit. Over time, this habit builds discipline, focus, and resilience. It trains you to be patient but persistent. It teaches that wealth is a process, not a sudden event. Every small step counts. Financial goals are personal. They vary widely from person to person. One person's goal might be paying off debt, another's saving for a home, and someone else's building an investment portfolio. There's no one-size-fits-all formula. What matters is clarity, commitment, and consistency. Clear financial goals also help prioritize spending. When you know what matters most, it's easier to say no to distractions. This creates financial peace. You stop feeling guilty about money because every dollar has a purpose. This sense of control is liberating and empowering. Sometimes goals will challenge you emotionally. Sacrifices are required. Comfort zones get stretched. Old habits need breaking. This struggle is part of growth. Those who persist through discomfort develop the mindset of wealth. They learn that pain today is investment in freedom tomorrow. Goal setting also improves your relationship with money. Instead of fear or avoidance, you gain confidence and clarity. You stop guessing and start planning. This shift changes everything. It opens doors to opportunities and creates a positive cycle of growth. Monthly reviews keep your goals alive and dynamic. They allow you to celebrate progress, learn from setbacks, and adjust your plan. This cycle builds momentum and deepens commitment. It transforms vague desires into real achievements. Without clear financial goals, money slips away unnoticed. With goals, money becomes your partner in building a future you control. This is the difference between wishing for success and creating it. The practice of setting clear financial goals and reviewing them regularly is a skill no school teaches, but every millionaire learns. It's a simple, practical habit that shapes your entire financial life and your ability to live with confidence and freedom. Number 8. Continuously improve skills that increase earning potential. A hard truth most people face is that without growing their abilities, income tends to stay stuck or even decline over time. Life doesn't reward standing still. Skills shape what opportunities come your way and how much you can earn. The reality is simple. The more valuable your skills, the more money you can make. Yet, most don't realize this power until it's too late. They settle into comfort zones, thinking what they know is enough. That complacency is a trap, quietly shrinking potential. The world changes fast. Jobs evolve, industries shift, technology advances. If skills don't keep pace, you fall behind. What was once valuable can become obsolete. Watching others grow while you remain stagnant creates frustration and regret. This is a reality millions face daily. They see peers advance, but can't understand why they're stuck in the same place. The difference lies in continuous improvement. Improving skills isn't about mastering everything at once. It's a consistent commitment to learning that adds value. Every new skill learned is a tool that opens doors. Whether it's improving communication, learning sales techniques, mastering new technology, or developing leadership, each skill raises your worth in the marketplace. This is how wealth is built, not by luck, but by becoming increasingly valuable to others. The process begins with recognizing which skills have the highest impact on your earning potential. Not all skills are equal. Some directly lead to higher income and better opportunities. Identifying these requires awareness of your industry and personal strengths. Focus on skills that solve problems others pay for. This focus channels effort where it counts. Developing skills demands time and effort. It means setting aside distractions and dedicating hours to growth. This sacrifice may feel uncomfortable at first, especially when life is busy. But the payoff is worth it. Every hour spent learning is an investment that compounds over time. It builds confidence, competence, and credibility. Practice plays a critical role. Skills improve only through repetition and real-world application. Reading books or watching videos is just the start. Applying what you learn in daily life, testing, failing, and adjusting creates mastery. This cycle of action and feedback separates those who grow from those who stagnate. Feedback itself is a powerful tool. Seeking advice, critique, and guidance from mentors or peers accelerates progress. It exposes blind spots and encourages accountability. The willingness to listen and adapt builds resilience and sharpens skills. This attitude is what separates successful people from the rest. Another aspect often overlooked is the mindset of lifelong learning. Skills aren't a one-time achievement. The best earners never stop improving. They read constantly, attend workshops, engage in conversations that challenge their thinking. This hunger for knowledge fuels progress and opens unexpected doors. In addition to technical skills, soft skills like emotional intelligence, communication, and problem-solving are essential. These shape how effectively you work with others, handle challenges, and lead. Strong soft skills multiply the value of technical abilities, making you more versatile and indispensable. The effort to improve skills builds more than just earning potential. It creates a sense of empowerment and control over your future. When you know you're growing, confidence rises. Challenges become opportunities instead of threats. This mindset transforms how you face setbacks and approach success. Continuous skill development also guards against economic uncertainty. When one source of income fades, new skills create pathways to other roles or ventures. This adaptability brings security, which is a cornerstone of lasting wealth. Dependence on a single skill or job is risky. Broadening your abilities spreads that risk and strengthens your foundation. It's easy to get overwhelmed by the idea of improving skills. Where to start? How much time to invest? The key is starting small but starting consistently. Daily, even brief, learning sessions add up. Setting goals for skill improvement turns vague intentions into concrete plans. Tracking progress keeps motivation high and prevents drifting. Technology offers incredible resources for skill development. Online courses, podcasts, books, and communities are available 24/7. Access to quality education has never been easier. Using these tools wisely puts learning within reach for anyone willing to make it a priority. Surrounding yourself with people who value growth creates a positive feedback loop. When others are also improving, you're inspired and challenged to do the same. Networking with like-minded individuals provides new insights and support. It's hard to grow in isolation. Improving skills is not just for young people or beginners. Regardless of age or experience, there is always room to grow. Some of the wealthiest people in history continued learning well into old age. They understood that constant growth is a lifelong journey, not a destination. This journey demands discipline. It means making learning a non-negotiable part of your routine. It means resisting distractions that offer instant gratification but no long-term benefit. Discipline to improve skills daily is what separates the wealthy from those who struggle financially. The emotional aspect of this effort is also significant. Learning new things can be uncomfortable, especially if it challenges long-held beliefs or exposes weaknesses. It requires humility to admit what you don't know and courage to keep going despite setbacks. These emotional challenges build character and grit. Mastering skills leads to more than money. It opens doors to influence, leadership, and fulfillment. Being skilled builds respect from peers and confidence in yourself. This sense of achievement fuels further success in all areas of life. The truth is, no school can teach you everything needed to thrive financially in the real world. The ability to learn, adapt, and improve is what truly matters. The most successful people aren't necessarily the smartest, but those who commit to growth. In the end, improving skills is a choice, a decision to invest in yourself every day. It's a path that requires patience and persistence, but delivers rewards beyond income. It builds freedom, options, and peace of mind. Continuous skill improvement is a powerful millionaire habit that few talk about but everyone needs. It turns potential into reality and transforms ordinary lives into extraordinary ones. The decision to grow today shapes the wealth and success you will enjoy tomorrow. Number 9. Build multiple income streams for financial security. Most people face a harsh reality. Relying on a single paycheck is risky, and many find themselves vulnerable when that income disappears or shrinks. Life throws curveballs, job loss, illness, market crashes, and without other sources of income, financial stability becomes a distant dream. The comfort of having one steady job blinds many to the fragility of their financial situation. They believe if they just work hard enough in one place, things will be okay. But the truth is, putting all your eggs in one basket is dangerous. Millionaires understand this well, and that's why they don't depend on just one way to make money. The truth is, building multiple income streams is not a luxury, it's a necessity for lasting wealth. It protects against unexpected setbacks and creates opportunities to grow. When one income dips, another can pick up the slack. This balance reduces stress and increases confidence about the future. Yet most people don't act on this because it requires effort beyond the traditional 9 to 5. It asks for creativity, persistence, and discipline. That's the difference between those who stay stuck and those who build lasting financial freedom. Creating multiple income sources starts with a shift in mindset. It demands seeing money as something that can come from various places, not just a salary. Some income can be active, where you trade time directly for money, like a job or freelance work. Other income streams are passive, generating money even when you're not actively working. Rental properties, investments, royalties, and online businesses are examples. The goal is to balance active and passive sources to increase financial resilience. The process begins by identifying what skills, resources, or passions you can turn into additional income. It doesn't mean quitting your job immediately, but looking for ways to add value that others will pay for. Many millionaires started small, with side hustles or investments, before these grew into major income streams. The key is consistency, building over time, steadily increasing the flow of money. One common barrier is fear of failure. People worry they will lose money, waste time, or get overwhelmed. These fears are natural but often exaggerated. The real risk lies in doing nothing and staying dependent on one income. Calculated steps, learning from mistakes, and adjusting strategies are part of the journey. Every successful person has faced setbacks, but they keep moving forward, adapting and growing. Diversifying income also means learning to manage time well. Juggling multiple sources requires planning and discipline. Prioritizing tasks that grow income and cutting out distractions is essential. This skill, combined with persistence, creates momentum. Over time, multiple streams feed into each other, building a stronger financial foundation. An important aspect is education. Understanding how different income streams work helps make smarter decisions. For example, investing in real estate requires knowledge of markets, tenants, and maintenance. Online businesses need marketing and customer service skills. Taking time to learn reduces mistakes and increases returns. This knowledge is a powerful tool in building wealth. Networking plays a vital role. Connecting with others who have multiple income streams provides support, ideas, and partnerships. This community fuels motivation and helps avoid common pitfalls. No one achieves success entirely alone. The right relationships can accelerate progress. The emotional impact of multiple income streams cannot be overstated. Financial security brings peace of mind and reduces anxiety about the future. It allows you to focus on long-term goals rather than immediate survival. This freedom changes how you make decisions and take risks. Money isn't just about comfort, it's about options. When income comes from several sources, you have more choices about how to live, work, and spend your time. This flexibility is the foundation of a rich life. It empowers you to pursue passions, support family, and contribute to causes you care about. Building these streams isn't about chasing quick money or risky schemes. It's about steady, smart effort and patience. Many millionaires focus on creating value that lasts, avoiding get-rich-quick temptations. The satisfaction of watching multiple incomes grow steadily builds confidence and motivation. Financial security also means preparing for the unexpected. Life can change in an instant. Having multiple incomes cushions the blow and allows you to recover faster. It's like having several safety nets instead of relying on just one. This security is priceless. For those feeling overwhelmed, the best advice is to start small. Pick one idea and commit to developing it. Even a few extra $100 a month can build momentum. Celebrate small wins. They fuel motivation to keep going. Over time, these small streams combine into a powerful river of income. Finally, remember that building multiple income streams is a lifelong pursuit. Markets change, skills need updating, and opportunities evolve. Staying flexible and open to new ideas keeps you ahead. Millionaires don't rest on past success. They keep building, learning, and expanding their sources of income. This habit of diversifying income is a cornerstone of wealth. It separates those who survive from those who thrive. It turns vulnerability into strength and dreams into reality. The choice to create multiple income streams today shapes your financial freedom tomorrow. Number 10. Take calculated risks and learn from every failure. One of the hardest truths many people face is that fear of failure holds them back more than any other obstacle. The average person prefers staying in a safe zone where mistakes are rare and comfort feels steady, even if it means limited progress. But this comfort zone is often a prison disguised as security. Without risk, growth stalls, opportunities are missed, and most importantly, wealth remains out of reach. Real success demands stepping into uncertainty with a clear mind and a prepared plan. It means understanding that taking risks doesn't mean reckless gambling. It means calculated decisions where the potential rewards justify the possible downsides. Many never get started because they're afraid of failing. They worry about losing money, time, or reputation. They imagine the worst-case scenarios, and that fear paralyzes them. But here's the reality. Every successful person has failed many times. Every wealthy individual has faced setbacks and mistakes. The difference is how they respond. Failure isn't a stop sign, it's a stepping stone. It teaches lessons no book or seminar can offer. When faced with failure, the millionaire looks not at the loss, but at the information gained. They analyze what went wrong and how to avoid it next time. This approach turns failure into an advantage. Taking risks wisely begins with knowledge and preparation. It's about gathering information, weighing the facts, and making decisions based on evidence, not emotions. Calculated risk means considering the consequences and having a plan to manage potential problems. It's not about jumping blindly into something hoping for luck. It's about being strategic. Millionaires spend time understanding their markets, their investments, and their options before moving forward. This preparation reduces surprises and gives confidence. Risk-taking is also about timing. Knowing when to act is as important as what action to take. Jumping too early or too late can turn a good risk into a costly mistake. This sense of timing develops with experience and learning from others. Being patient and observant builds better instincts for risk. It's not a reckless sprint, but a steady, informed walk into new opportunities. Many people look at risk as an all-or-nothing gamble. They see it as success or disaster. But calculated risk means controlling your exposure. It's spreading bets and not putting everything on the line at once. Diversifying investments, testing ideas on a small scale first, or setting limits on losses are ways to manage risk intelligently. This method protects you while allowing growth. When failure happens, it's important to handle it constructively. Denial, blame, or giving up are easy responses, but do no good. The right attitude is to accept responsibility, learn the facts, and adjust your approach. Reflection is key. What worked? What didn't? What could be done differently? This kind of honest analysis builds resilience and sharper decision-making skills. Emotions can cloud judgment in times of risk and failure. Anxiety, frustration, and disappointment are natural but must be controlled. Successful people develop emotional discipline to stay calm and focused. They use setbacks as fuel, not excuses. This mindset helps them keep moving forward even when things get tough. Another critical aspect is the willingness to try again. After a failure, many people quit because they fear repeating mistakes. But persistence is essential. Each attempt brings new insights and closer steps to success. Knowing that failure is part of the process makes it easier to endure and overcome. Taking calculated risks also means being open to change. If a plan isn't working, flexibility to pivot or try new strategies is vital. Clinging to a failing idea wastes resources and time. Learning to adapt keeps the momentum alive and opens doors to unexpected possibilities. Surrounding yourself with the right people supports this process. Mentors, advisors, and peers who have taken risks and faced failure can offer guidance and encouragement. Their experience helps avoid common traps and provides perspective during challenging times. This support system strengthens confidence and decision-making. It's easy to overlook the power of small risks. Not every risk has to be huge. Millionaires often take many small risks, testing ideas and building momentum before going all in. This approach limits potential losses and builds experience gradually. Taking calculated risks leads to personal growth beyond financial gains. It builds courage, creativity, and problem-solving skills. It changes how you see challenges and opportunities. It builds a mindset that welcomes change instead of fearing it. Ultimately, success isn't about avoiding failure, it's about mastering it. Those who build lasting wealth embrace risk as part of the journey. They don't wait for perfect conditions because those rarely exist. Instead, they prepare, act, learn, and adapt. This cycle repeats until goals are achieved. The choice is clear: stay in the safety of the familiar and watch opportunities pass by, or take the calculated risks that open doors to real achievement. The discomfort of risk is temporary. The rewards can last a lifetime. The lesson is simple, but powerful: failure is not the enemy. Inaction born from fear is. The courage to take smart risks and learn from each failure is what separates the wealthy from the rest.